fishy science.
Today we're going to dissect the purple butter clam. This is the purple butter clam. Because it's so large it's called a giant clam. A mollusk with two hard shells, like the purple butter clam, is called a bivalve. You can see this protruding part here, right? This water tube is a very important part of the shellfish. When we put a live purple butter clam in water, at first, the shell is tightly closed like this. When you think it's safe, the water pipe slips out like this. When you look at a water pipe from the side, you can see that it has a two-straw-like structure like this. The shellfish uses these two tubes to suck in and spit out water. It breathes and ingests food. The rest of the body is hidden inside the shell and only the water tube sticks out like this. This is the survival strategy of the purple butter clam to protect its tender body. So, where did these hard shells come from anyway? Surprisingly, they make these shells themselves. They can even mend any damage. The shells are made of calcium carbonate. And after storing calcium ions in the water in their bodies, shellfish convert them into calcium carbonate, which is then layered in the shells as shown here. Therefore, traces of the shell-making process can be seen in the shells of the purple butter clam. The innermost part of the shell is called the umbo. This is where the shell was first formed. As the shell grows, layers are added and it gradually becomes whiter. The traces of this process form growth lines like this. The outer part of the shell is more recently formed than the inner part. Where do these shells come from? It's a membrane inside the shellfish called the mantle. To see the mantle, you have to open the shell wide and look inside. So let's open up a purple butter clam and look inside. This may make you feel a little queasy. Bivalves have one or two muscles connecting the shells on both sides. So if you cut only those muscles, the shell will open up easily. There are two parts to the purple butter clam's muscle. With a spawn, this part. If you cut just this part, you can open it like this. Ta-da! This part is the closed shell muscle, which is the muscle that connects to the shell. It's attached to the shell like this. Its role is to open and close the shell. And the membrane covering this is the mantle that secretes the shell. The mantle is attached to both sides like this. And here's the water pipe we saw earlier. Of the two pipes, the bottom one is the inflow pipe, and the top one is the outflow pipe. When we insert a pair of tweezers, you can see the inflow pipe leading to the interior. The outflow pipe is here against the membrane. The water that comes in through the inflow pipe circulates through the body and is expelled through the outflow pipe. Therefore, if you take the purple butter clam out of the water, you can the water spewing out of the pipe like this. And since the shellfish also sucks in the water that comes through the pipe, if we remove the upper mantle, just in front of where the water goes in, we can see the gills here. The gills are responsible for breathing and also act as a filter for food, like plankton. Let's remove the gills like this. The food filtered through the gills goes to the lobular palps. It enters the mouth located in this area. As for the food that enters the mouth, it goes through the stomach and intestines in the upper part of the body to the anus located toward the outflow pipe. So when water comes out of the pipe, so does the feces. Whoosh! And finally, if you completely removing everything inside, and also remove the obturator muscle like so, a pink axe-shaped organ remains. This is the purple butter clam's foot. The purple butter clam, with its axe-shaped foot, can hide itself by burrowing into the ground. And inside the upper part of the foot, we find the gonads. However, an intestine runs along the upper part of the purple butter clam's gonads. So we cut off the leg. And when we carefully cut out the part where the gonads are located, we can see the intestine passing like this. That's it for the dissection of the purple butter clam. Today we'll give Sebastian the shell. I guess he liked it more than I thought he would. If you enjoyed watching it, please subscribe.